exciting news of the show, and that is Pro Tools 9. Audio production the way you've always wanted it. And you know, the feature, the main theme of this is that Avid is a much more open company now. We're really striving for that in our releases, and we're listening to the things that you guys have requested. So Gil, take us through the next generation of Pro Tools.
All right, so what this means is a lot more choice, a lot more flexibility. We've basically now taken Pro Tools software and decoupled it so you can use what hardware that you want to. Plus, there's a ton of features that have been asked for Pro Tools for a long time. We're listening, and we've, I think, delivered on a lot of those things. So here's some of the things you get standard with every version of Pro Tools 9. Delay compensation, more tracks, more buses, timecode ruler, digitranslator, those things that used to come with DV Toolkit 2, MP3 options. That's all standard features out of the box.
Very, very cool.
Here's a little bit more detailed look at some of those things. 96 audio tracks, doubled from what it was before. 32 channels of I/O support. Big thing. We make great hardware, but you know there's choice out there. And if you want to use third-party core audio or ASIO hardware, we can do that too now. Yukon support. This is something big. We purchased Euphonics back in April, and we've been working really hard, and now we have Yukon support now in Pro Tools. So a lot of just really great features standard out of the box. If you need more features than that,
so let's just say that software-only version of Pro Tools is $5.99 only.
That's right.
So the toolkit alone used to be $12.95, so it's a great value included all in that Pro Tools box. But as Gil said, if you want more, you can add the complete production toolkit, which takes you up to 192 tracks, the same as Pro Tools HD, includes surround sound support. Today we're mixing in 5.1, but we've also added the new DTS Blu-ray standard of 7.1. That was a direct feature request from you guys. It includes the advanced automation features, preview, auto match, etc., and VCA masters. And as well, if you want to stick an icon onto your laptop, hey, you can do it.
It's actually a really cool thing to do.
Yeah. So my man Gil over there, standing next to a very cool MacBook Pro, you can see he's brought up Pro Tools, and one of the playback engine is the aggregate I/O. So he's able to just do this sound effect session that he brought up. I don't know, Gil, how many tracks you got in there?
We're about 60, but we're talking a bunch of surround elements. There's a lot of surround mixing going on. There's a bunch of surround tracks in here.
Yeah.
A lot of processing. We've got a Waves SSL channel strip on everything. A lot of reverbs and stuff going on here.
Now, how are you monitoring the surround? You only have stereo output.
Well, we're actually monitoring that through basically taking the down mix with the included in the production toolkit 2. This is SoundCode Stereo. Basically takes the down mixes, that surround information out of stereo out, so I can keep my session in surround on the laptop. We just monitor in stereo without having to change a lot of things.
Right.
And that's what we're doing right now. I've got it. We're not hearing it right now. Don't have it hooked up sound-wise, but you can see I've got all this information playing back on the laptop. That's really, really cool.
Very, very cool. All right, well, you know, if you do want to kick it up a notch, the next step up from the complete production toolkit and Pro Tools 9 would be Pro Tools 9 HD native. So that adds a native host card, and we're on a Mac CPU here, Gil.
Yep.
Right? And we've got the full effect session that Gil has put together. You can see this is a vast session. It's got over 160 voices happening simultaneously. And we're using this HD native card to connect to the new interfaces that we announced in August. And one of them is a MADI box. So HD MADI allows us to connect through a single optic or BNC cable, 64 channels. So Gil's got up to 64 channels of stems feeding out into another Pro Tools HD rig. So he's mixing internally in the box, all 160 some voices, and you look at that. I mean, that is just a massive session for this one Iwo Jima battle scene. And it's all in surround. And oh, by the way, Gil, what are all those channel strips you have on every channel?
Oh, yeah, we had some in the background session. Now we have that same SSL channel strip on every single audio channel in this session.
Right.
We've got reverb, surround processing, and all this is working on the native host CPU.
Cool. We'll give it a workout in a second. But how do we connect all this stuff together? So Gil's mixing sound effects, backgrounds, and Foley on his HD native rig in front of the System 5 MC, the Euphonics control surface that is now part of the Avid family. And essentially, one of the new features of Pro Tools 9 is the first phase of Yukon implementation. So that means that no longer do you have to use a Huey layer to control Pro Tools from the System 5 MC. You just select Yukon and you've got some great integration.
Absolutely, and you know, it's a scalable platform. You can go from 8 to 48 faders with this. You've got all these great smart switches that can be programmed for any of the editing features. 8 encoders per channel, all touch sensitive. And let's not forget about these gorgeous TFTs. And you can see all that metering from anywhere from a mono up to a 7.1 surround track. Full-on track names. It's just a lot of great information that you have sitting here in a very ergonomic footprint.
Right, so let's just take you through the rest of the system before we start doing some examples on the HD native rig. I'm sitting in front of a Pro Tools HD rig with the traditional TDM cards on an Icon. So this is a D-Control 16 fader. I'm mixing the dialogue and music over here, and again I have an Omni attached, and a MADI and an Omni, and my MADI is feeding into a third Pro Tools HD rig, which is the stem recorder. All of these rigs are synchronized together using satellite technology, or satellite Ethernet connectivity, as well as the media composer over here on the side. And I can just move my mouse over, and we're going to switch back over to the video version that Sound Deluxe used, which essentially is basically just a QuickTime non-high definition that they edited to as they built the show up. We'll switch back over to the great finished video in a minute. But the idea, Gil, if you can shuttle around and show all of the systems can link together and act as one using this satellite. So we're not using time code, it's through this proprietary satellite link network that you get with HD native or HD that allows you to configure multiple Pro Tools systems. So we have at our disposal, how many tracks, Gil? 600, 700 tracks?
Yeah, that's close to it, yeah.
Which is necessary on a show this size.
I mean, and this is where everything kind of converged. I mean, if we were talking about all the raw elements, we're talking thousands of tracks.